Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at 5.
Public schools should not be replacing places of worship.
A bill being proposed by several North Dakota lawmakers is concerning to some members of the public. The legislators are proposing that the Bible should be taught in high schools as a required elective course in the social studies curriculum. Valley News Team's Maddie Jelseth talked to some in the education community to find out what they think about this idea.
The legislators that introduced the bill are Representative McWilliams and Casper and Senator Kaninian and Larson. McWilliams says the intention of the bill is to offer a class that looks at the historical significance of the Bible. However, on the other side, the superintendent of Central Cass Schools says this bill has merit, but there's also challenges to it.
I think the Constitution, is clear about the separation of church and state, and I think when you mandate one particular faith, learning about one particular faith over another, you probably cross that line.
And Fornes says to require students to take this elective course will also be challenging.
People like local control, and they probably want to choose their own electives versus having a mandated elective.
But Fornes says offering a world religion elective would be better for students, rather than making students learn the Old and New Testament of the Bible.
Broad spectrum awareness is a good thing, and it's certainly part of our history.
Mr. Norman, who teaches social studies at Central Cass High School, says he already touches on religion in his classroom.
To make sure that kids are informed about religions, to make sure they know how we interact with other religions, and to know how religion has evolved over time.
Mr. Norman says he'll be discussing this proposed bill with his class next week. Reporting in Castleton, Maddie Jelseth, Valley News Live.
Senator Kaninian says he expects a number of senators to vote in favor of this bill, but adds it could be a challenge to get it passed. So lawmakers are planning to amend the bill next Tuesday, changing the language to make it an ancient Bible studies course and make it a clear general elective. Moorhead police are warning the public about a high-risk sex offender who's moving into the area. Officials say Leo Morin is about 5'9", 230 pounds, with brown eyes, black hair, and a light brown complexion. Morin has changed his address to the vicinity of 32nd Avenue South and 5th Street South in Moorhead. Police say he has a history of engaging in sexual contact with several known female children. Contact has included sexual touching and penetration. Devils Lake police need your help finding the person who stole a BNSF truck from the Amtrak station there just after 3 this morning. Police have recovered the vehicle but are still looking for the person who took it. This picture of the suspect was taken from the vehicle's dash cam. If you know who this is, call Devils Lake Police at 662-0700. We were able to break away from the cold even more today, making it into the double digits for highs. Hutch, any kind of progress helps at this point.
It sure does. Warming up a bit across the region. For some of us, we're seeing a few flakes of snow as we peer across the Fargo skyline. There are some clouds out to the west as the sun has set on our day. Northwest Minnesota seeing hit and miss flurries of snow. Nothing here very heavy, folks, but this will be the area where I expect a chance for some hit and miss flakes of snow. And by the way, you see in Beltrami County, north of Bemidji, there's some showers of snow moving through. As we take a look at the DOT camera there, we see that there's not a lot of this activity reaching the ground, at least on the eastern shores of the Red Lakes area near Waskish. Here's a look at that photo. For your planner tonight in Fargo, I think will be partly cloudy to mostly cloudy at times. The wind decreases, though. That's good. And a few clouds passing over will keep us from getting too cold. Temperatures closer to 10 tonight at 10 o'clock in Grand Forks. So cool still, but a little better than the sub-zero temperatures. I'll have details on how warm we get in our little warming trend here. And we'll talk about another punch of cold air coming our way in just a few minutes.
A little better every day.
Yes.
Thanks, Hutch. 5 people are in jail after a series of events involving a stolen car and a hit and run. It happened yesterday morning at the Grand Inn in South Fargo. Police found a stolen vehicle in the parking lot. While officers were waiting for backup to arrive, the registered owner of the stolen car showed up with a group of people who then got into that stolen car and tried to take off. That's when the man who allegedly stole it came running out. Police say that's 23-year-old Andrew Collision. He was then hit by the owner of the car, 19-year-old Sean Schwant. Police say Schwant then crashed into the hotel. He and his buddies all tried to take off, but they were arrested. These are the 3 other people. They could be facing several charges, most of them drug-related. For a complete list of charges that everyone is facing, go to valleynewslive.com. The body of the Minnesota Marine shot and killed in Washington, D.C. is finally coming home. Karlstad native Riley Kuznia's body will be arriving in Fargo tonight at 10. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is asking flags to be flown at half-staff from today until Sunday in Kuznia's honor. He was killed January 1st in Marine barracks. Few details are being released about the death investigation. We will have full coverage on the arrival tonight on Valley News Live at 10. A fire that caused heavy damage to a senior living apartment building in Fargo is being classified as accidental. Firefighters responded to the Riverview apartment complex on January 4th after reports of a strong gas odor. When crews arrived, they were notified about flames coming from the mechanical room. The main body of the fire was in the courtyard near the natural gas meter, making it hard to fight the blaze. Residents in 24 units were forced out of their homes, but none were injured. The metro area's business community wants to see North Dakota's blue laws done away with. An instant poll taken at a Chamber of Commerce breakfast gathering finds that 77% of the crowd there are in favor of allowing stores to open before noon on Sundays. Sunday opening was just one of the topics discussed at the annual State of the Cities report. It's where the four mayors, Fargo, West Fargo, Moorhead, and Dilworth, talk about the past year and the year ahead. And they agree the metro area is most definitely growing, but say while that's good, it also means challenges, including finding an adequate, well-trained workforce. That's one of the issues. To fill that need, the mayors say they need to work together.
Whether it's workforce, behavioral health issues, addiction issues, right? We need to make sure that we're addressing these all at once. If we're not focused on the individual, we are going to lose sight of the big picture.
Two of the mayors at the gathering are new, West Fargo's Bernie Dardis and Moorhead's Jonathan Judd. The Grand Forks Air Force Base closed its Child Development Center and youth programs today and Friday due to an increase of gastrointestinal illness. During the closure, they'll be doing a deep cleaning and disinfection of the facility to help reduce potential transmission of the illness. Officials recommend that parents keep their sick children home until they are symptom-free in order to protect families and military operations. A month ago, we reported how the Grand Forks Public School District ran out of money to get low-income students to and from school. Now the district has raised over $10,000 to help those families. They did it by having teachers pay $20 so they can wear jeans on the last day of the school week. That money went directly to the Student Transportation Fund for low-income families in the school district. The superintendent of Grand Forks Schools says it is simply one step to help families in need. Former North Dakota U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp will be headlining the upcoming Fargo-Moorhead Women's March. The rally will start at 1 p.m. on Saturday, January 19th at the Fargo Civic Center, with a march set for 2 p.m. outside the Civic. Doors will open at noon for people to make signs and learn more about community organizations that need volunteers. For more information, go to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. Officials say 2 Shopko pharmacies in Otter Tail County are closing soon. Employees with the Perham and Fergus Falls stores tell us the pharmacies are closing. Initial reports indicate the prescriptions at both places will be transferred to the Thrifty White pharmacies in each town. The Green Bay Press Gazette reports Shopko may soon file for bankruptcy. We have a call in to Shopko and are waiting for a response.